Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of Cube Stuff Saturdays. I'm your host, Max Chan, or MC Stuff, and joining me today is Shaun, Mack, and James Karras. Glad to have you on, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to ask Shaun and James some basic questions so the viewers can get to know them a little bit better. Then after, we're going to have a conversation about the topic of the podcast, which is cubing YouTubers. And also before I forget, we have show notes. We have a show notes document. I'll put any links and anything we mentioned in the show in that document. It'll be in the link in the description of this video. All right, so now on to the actual questions. All right, so the first one is, how long have you guys been cubing, and how did you get into cubing?
I'll start. Is that alright?
Sure.
Okay, so, I got into cubing, so, I had this weird situation. I just, kind of broke my arm, and it was, not great. So I was just, bored, chilling in the house, kind of similar to the current quarantine situation now that I think about it. So I just, learned to solve the cube that I had. And then, I think that was in, March of 2018, so I've been cubing for around 2 years. But speed cubing since November of 2018. Yes, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've gotten quite fast. I must say your improvement rate is pretty high.
I mean, I don't do anything else with my life, which is actually kind of sad. So it's worse in that way. Okay, James, you can go now.
Yeah, so I learned to solve a cube around July of 2016 because at that point I was really into magic. And on America's Got Talent, there was a Rubik's Cube magician.
Oh,
so that
Stephen
really,
Brundage.
yeah. So that really set into motion me wanting to. But I really started speed cubing around January 2017. So it's been a little over 3 years now.
Okay, that's a good story. All right, so I might as well just share my story too. But
Yeah.
So I started because there was a kid at a summer camp who brought a Rubik's Cube, and I got interested, so I bought my first Rubik's brand, and that was around August 2015. And then I started actually competing in November 2015. My first comp was Manhasset Fall 2015. So it was just from a kid from summer camp.
Jeez.
That's pretty much how I started.
It's crazy that you've been cubing for longer than most people that I know.
Yeah, I don't really improve that fast, but I don't invest too much time into it, but as much as you guys probably do.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
so on to the next question. All right, so since the topic is about cubing YouTubers, I decided to make this question, who is your favorite cubing YouTuber? So it can be they currently still post videos or they used to. I don't know, depends on your opinion.
Well, it's actually a really tough question. I watch cubing YouTubers a fair bit, but not the unboxings and review type, just people who post solves a lot. So I don't know. I don't know whose videos I look forward to, because I do watch some people who post tutorials and how to improve videos or whatever.
Okay.
I'll have to think about that. James, you can answer, I guess.
My favorite cubing YouTuber when I first started cubing was without a doubt Colorful Pockets, because he had all the skit videos and all the comp vlogs, so that was just really entertaining, as a new cuber.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I used to watch his World's Worst Judge videos, you know, those ones?
Yeah. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have my answer.
Okay, so Shaun,
the answer is the man, the myth, the legend, Jay McNeil. Because, he just posts so much, cool stuff. I watch his rambles, all the time, basically. Even ones that I've, seen all the time. It's just, I always find something new to, get out of and, to get it. I don't know, man. I just feel like a better cuber when I'm watching him. And I do actually implement his stuff that he, teaches. I've tried doing some of the F prime stuff, and it's working out somewhat well. I think I still have a long way to go with it, but yeah.
Yeah, Jaden McNeil has certainly like advanced the whole entire cubing world because he's come up with many different techniques and has a different perspective on cubing that many people don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also doesn't like low IQ individuals, which is very
Yeah.
nice. Because some people just ask dumb questions and shouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very blunt with his answers, I guess, and very concise.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he do be spitting straight facts, though. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Okay. So the last general question I have for you guys is: so can you tell the audience one interesting fact about yourself? It can be cubing or non-cubing that you think nobody knows about you.
Ooh,
uh, I
that's
don't have
pretty
anything
good.
interesting outside of cubing. Okay. Uh, Interesting fact about myself within cubing. I guess like I'm top 100 in the world for square one single now because
Yeah.
someone like misscrambled it by like one move in the middle of the
Oh.
solve, and that somehow didn't mean that like the cube. I don't know, man. But like someone misscrambled it by like just 1 degree, and it
Oh.
ended up being like scallop kite cube shape into something very, very, very dumb. So
Okay.
yeah, so that
That's
was a
interesting.
meme. Yeah. Oh, and the time
For
was
me,
7.36.
Okay.
Good.
So
oh, nice.
do you have any like non-cubing facts about yourself, or if not, then we can move on to James.
Of course, I don't have any non-queuing facts about myself.
Or I meant like anything that's like not about cubing, about yourself that most people don't know about you.
uh, I have a dog. His name is Monty.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I think I've seen him before on Instagram or something.
Oh yes, you definitely have. Link. I'll send you the link to his Instagram account, and you can put it in the show notes. 'Cause that's a thing
Okay,
that we
I
have.
will.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So James, what about you?
For cubing facts, it would probably be I don't cube a lot anymore. I'm definitely past like my prime, if you could call it. But when I was in it, I think I was top 100 in the continent for 3x3 single.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
think I might still be, but I'm not sure.
Wait, let me
Okay.
check to see. James Karras is WCA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, James, I remember seeing you at like a New York competition one time, I think, and I was
Hmm.
just watching you
Oh
from
yeah,
behind and
you have a
oh,
603 single. That's like 75th in North America.
wow,
Oh,
that's
really?
pretty fast.
It's very speedy, yes. Also, 8.16 average, sub me GJ.
Wow. So we
Yeah.
all have sub 9 averages, everybody on right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
yet I somehow
That's
can't
pretty
get
cool.
consistently sub 9 in comp because I'm bad.
All right, so James, is there anything else that nobody would know about you that is not cubing related?
Not Cuban related.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, unless it's like people who are really close to me, probably that like now that I'm not really focusing on cubing and focusing on like baseball and like fitness, pretty much.
You're the CEO of baseball.
Of course, you know me.
Yes.
Okay, so that just about wraps up the questions that I want to just ask you guys. So now the main topic about this is cubing YouTubers. So I don't know how to start this, but so is there anything you guys want to talk about specifically about the topic?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
cubing YouTubers are so
I
much
think
worse
I came up.
nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I really recommended it because when I first started out, there was just like endless content from like colorful pockets, DJ cubes, derpy, hashtag cuber, just like everybody. And then fast forward like 2.5, 3 years, and now I like scroll through my YouTube feed, like just every now and then, like my subscriptions, and like I see nothing from like anybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Okay,
guess
but
because I feel like everybody got older. Like DG Cubes, he went off to college. Same with Derpy and all those people. Like I used to watch them a lot as well.
Hmm.
Like they had more time to make videos back then, probably. But now,
Hmm.
like, there's a new era with more people. Like I don't know, cubing encoded. Like
ugh,
all those
Yeah, yeah.
people.
I just don't like his videos now. He had like some pretty good videos, like
I
he
mean,
used
I feel
to,
like he
and
just
now he's
tries to
just a reaction
post to like
channel, and it's cringe. Not gonna lie. Also, there's a few more cubing YouTubers that I'm not a big fan of, because like
yeah
YouTube cubing is still like a fairly big thing. It's just like
yeah
it's all different people, and they all have less good content, and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah
like
oof.
that's what I feel like has happened now. Like, because like nobody has risen to like the popularity which the aforementioned people got to. So like instead of like the majority of the content resting in like 5 or 6 people, it's like 20, 30 people making content on a lesser level, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but
yeah.
also
I agree.
I'm gonna mention something that's like good about cubing YouTube now. There's a lot of people just like uploading like just random tutorial videos like that are very like they're not like edited at all, but like they get like they explain things well. Like
Yeah
Hmm.
um like the walkthrough Wednesdays videos for
yeah. Like faster
Pyramix,
people.
all
Yeah
the fast Pyramixers, they just like have walkthrough Wednesdays. They just upload
yeah
those. So they
Yeah.
do an average of 5 with like a set of scrambles that is given to everybody, and then they go through what they saw in the solution. And I think that's pretty cool. And
yeah
also FMC Fridays. Even though I know nothing about FMC and I don't intend to, it's still like fun to watch, you know, just like watching people
yeah.
find
I guess walkthrough
really
solves
wacky
are yeah
solutions.
they're good. So also, but I feel like J Perm. I feel like he's a good YouTuber who like just talks about tutorials and all that. But maybe he's I don't know, like he's part of the new era, I guess, sorta.
I mean, I guess, but like honestly, I'm not a big fan of his tutorials. I mean, I know that they're like oriented for like a slower audience. I can't say
Yeah,
younger audience because
like
like I know most of these people are like older than me.
or like people who are just starting out
Not
cubing.
most of them, but like yeah, people who are like just starting out in cubing. But like I feel like I just feel like he has like good habits and like efficiencies and stuff. But like it's just I don't think he's like at the level where he could be. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't think his tutorials are that great. Like I think
Okay.
there's much more interesting stuff that he could talk about that would set people up for like what cubing is going to be, like with the whole new J McNeil FRUF prime stuff, all the last layer algorithms that people are learning now, option select, stuff like that. I just feel like he isn't going through that, and he's just showing like basic CFOP, which is like good and all, but like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not great.
Yeah, so he's geared towards a specific audience, so only like some people who are newer to the cubing community.
Yeah, which is like
S-
the majority of it, but like it just doesn't
Yeah.
introduce them to what cubing is going to be, like the route that it's currently going.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, and one more thing about like cubing YouTubers names. So, I think James, you could probably remember this, but like I remember it used to be just like XY Cuber. People used to do that
Yeah,
back then, I
yeah.
feel like. But I feel like nowadays it's nobody really does that too much anymore. Because
That's a
it's
good
like
thing.
people just find like a random word maybe. That's what this is what I think. Like for example, if you take a word like balloon or something and they put balloon cuber, I don't know, or like some sort of animal. I feel like people do that with things like that.
I
I
mean,
don't know if that's good or not, but
it's more creative than
that's what I just
initials
find.
Cuber. It's like
Yeah.
I used to be SM Cuber, and I uploaded maybe 3 videos under that channel name, and then I changed my channel name to be my real name. So
Yeah.
that's
But
nice.
I also had a theory for like why no other big channels rose up. Like because like um like Daniel Goodman, Daniel Karnock, and Avocado, when they first started out, they were like young, and why maybe some young people like in the Northeast or like the West Coast haven't like become the next generation, if you hear what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, so what I've personally seen is a couple things. Like, with the advancement of hardware and people getting just generally more competitive, maybe the younger people are focusing on results and getting better, trying to podium, trying to record, instead of necessarily like becoming a content creator, because they see everyone around them that's their age being able to be extremely fast, and like Felix is no longer the Michael Jordan of cubing, so they could actually have a shot.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I totally agree with that, yeah.
I bet you can't name someone under the age of, like, 14 that was, like, really good in, like, 2015, 2016. Like, there's not that many of them. But now, like, they're comprising, like, 25% of, like, top 100 results or something wacky like that.
Yeah, like Asher or, like, Max Xiao.
And Timon.
They're really fast. Yeah, Timon's really fast.
Sean Villanueva and Leo Bermeo.
Yeah, like those people.
Also Brandon Wong, he's pretty underrated, but he's like sub 7.
Yeah, like if somebody told me that in 2019, 2020, we'd have like 11-year-olds with white jackets and 10-year-olds breaking records, I would have said you were crazy.
I don't think there's any 10-year-olds breaking records, I'm sorry.
Didn't Leo get
like 11-year-olds.
No, but didn't Leo get the ASR?
Wait, did he? When he was like 10?
Yeah, I think so. Like a 6.3 something.
Yeah, he got it when he was 10.
6.39, yeah.
Or 10 or 11, but you know what I mean.
Holy, that's... When I was 10, I don't even know what I was doing. I don't even think I had the ability to think when I was 10.
Yeah, well, like, I feel like when I was 10 years old, I was actually cubing at the time. It was around 2016, so I didn't improve quite as fast as these people. So I feel like newer cubers now have, I guess, more resources since back in like 2015, 2016 when I started. So I feel like people are improving a lot faster than before. Yeah.
Because like you could literally go to any website. You could go to Felix's website, Cube Skills. You can literally search up how to get sub X, and you could just find dozens of videos on like whatever topic you need. Also,
there's like so many good algorithm resources. Like, it's actually insane. Like, there's Rumen Yan, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I probably completely butchered that. But so you know how like AlgDB was pretty good, but like only 3x3 and 2x2 algs. Well, now like that's now AlgDB, but like it's not AlgDB. It's called cuberoot.me. Link that in the show notes.
Cuberoot.me. Okay.
Yeah, like it's basically AlgDB, but like literally every event and every alg that you could possibly need, pretty much. I mean, unless you're learning some really weird niche fringe method, then there's like no reason that you have to go anywhere else. And also, there's a lot of like good spreadsheets and stuff, like 2x2 alg spreadsheet and stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's true. We had a pretty good conversation.
Yeah.
And I guess this is it. We're approaching the 20-minute mark, so I just want to thank you guys for coming on the show. This is episode 1, and hopefully I can have you guys back on it maybe in the future. So thank you for coming on.
That'd be dope.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the end of episode 1. I had a great conversation with James and Shaun, and I'm excited to have them in the future on the podcast. So if you would like to be featured on this show, then please join my Discord. I'll have a link in the description for where you can find that, and then from there you will fill out a form, and then I can schedule a time for you to come on. But if you like this video, then be sure to subscribe, and you like this podcast, turn on bell notifications, like this video. It really does help me out a lot. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in episode 2. Peace out. I'm gonna end it now. I can cut this audio part out at the end, but okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna end it.
All right. See you guys.